you don't miss that part of reporting. I mean, if you were reporting this is what I'm saying, it would be tough, wouldn't it? Isn't it better to be a commentator?
I much prefer being a commentator. Yeah, I moved into that deliberately, actually. But again, there are an awful lot of people on the TV now, BBC, Sky and others, who I've got a pretty good idea how they voted when it came to the referendum. I mean, some of them I know how they voted because they've told me, and I'm amazed at how many senior people in the media were like, I can't believe you voted for Brexit. You're insane. Why would you do that? That is the general view of people working in the media. And I think the reporting, the coverage of this issue has been so unbelievably biased. And I think people are waking up to it. And I think the BBC are not going to come out of this well.
Do you think, I mean, when people call into your show...
We don't do many phone-ins on the breakfast show. It's far less of a phone-in, but we have lots and lots of guests.
Do you think, though, that from the feedback you get from the public, that the penny has dropped about the media? I mean, my feeling is that it was in the past, it was Tory MPs usually saying the Today programme doesn't give us as much time as Labour MPs. Yeah. But it's not quite, it's much bigger than that now, isn't it? It's much bigger.
But I find it amazing there are still so many people who think, for instance, the BBC is biased against Remain. I mean, I don't know what stations they've been listening to. Look, I love the BBC. I watch these and listen to their output. But I tell you what it is, they don't hear it themselves. They don't know it. They live in such a bubble. I know this because I've sat there in production meetings and they don't know anybody who voted Leave. They think they don't know anyone who voted Leave. You could see their faces when the referendum result was announced. The BBC they were sitting there in shock. Who were all these ghastly people? Where wasn't anyone they met? It must be a fix. They live in a complete bubble of remote. I mean, I live in Ramona Central in North London. They live in a complete bubble. They don't know anybody who would admit to them they voted Leave. They will know people. They just are too afraid to say it because they don't want to be accused of being a racist or stupid. But I don't even think when they say we're not biased, they genuinely believe they're not. They have no idea that their perspective is constantly going from, they treat Eurosceptics like they're idiots. Everything the EU says, anything Donald Tusk or Verhofstadt or Jean-Claude Juncker says is treated as the word of God, as engraved on a tablet and brought down from the mountain. And they don't even hear it and see it themselves.